were detained included Omar's father, NC President Farooq Abdullah, former ex-CM Mehbooba Mufti and People's Conference Chief and MLA Sajad Lone. On the phone line, we are joined in by Kavinder Gupta, former Deputy Chief Minister of Jammu and Kashmir. Kavinder Gupta, how do you in fact see Martyrs Day commemoration? And well, you have the NC chief jumping over the graveyard and moving towards to recite prayers at the graveyard as such. But how does the BJP see this particular act of the Chief Minister? Kavinder Gupta, you can hear me? In fact, Kavinder Gupta, are you on the phone line? Can you hear me? Mehraj is again on the phone line. Mehraj, how is the BJP in fact reacting to this stunt that has been carried out?
Well, Virgis, if we say yesterday, there were a lot of political chaos in Jammu and Kashmir regarding that 1931 Martyrs Day. The UT is totally divided. If we talk about the politicians of Jammu and Kashmir, Kashmir-based politicians take it as 1931 as 13 July as Martyrs Day, while if we talk about Jammu division, the political parties and the prominent politicians from Jammu took it as Black Day. We can say that is a huge difference between the two divisions and the celebration of the same day for we can say on political basis. If we talk about Jammu division, they took it as Black Day as it was uprising against the Dogra rule that time. And if we say about it in Kashmir division, politicians in Kashmir take it as Martyrs Day. They say it was an uprising against Dogra atrocities. So the UT is divided on these lines, believing on the political ideologies. But we can say that yesterday what have been seen, that was unprecedented chaos, as every political party claimed that they have been kept as house arrest, and including ex-CM Mehbooba Mufti. And even Mehbooba Mufti countered Jammu Kashmir CM Omar Abdullah on this, saying earlier that if he had supported our resolution in assembly.
In fact, now we are joined in by Isra Jan, who is from the National Conference. Isra, how do you in fact see this particular incident where the Chief Minister was in fact blockaded from going towards the Martyrs' grave? It's considered to be a practice for the NC leaders as well as other leaders of the valley to visit the grave to commemorate the killings of 1931. But there's a different viewpoint when it comes to the entire aspect of history from Jammu as well as from Kashmir. How do you in fact see this entire controversy breaking out?
You see, two things. First things first, when we look at 1931, and anybody who tries to give a communal color to 1931 is sadly not very well informed. Because if you look at the commission that was formed immediately after the killings, there was a commission that was formed to look into the larger grievances from wherein these killings stemmed and from wherein the anger stemmed in from. And interestingly, it was that commission, a completely secular commission, that spoke of many reforms, including establishment of a democracy, establishment of a basic democratic structure in Jammu and Kashmir. And back then, the Legislative Assembly of Jammu and Kashmir was formed. So this entire struggle was rooted in anti-colonial, in the larger anti-colonial struggle in the subcontinent. And it was one of the many leads in the history of Jammu and Kashmir, wherein we wanted to establish democratic rights for everybody, whether it's a Hindu, a Muslim, a Sikh, an atheist, anybody and everyone. Now, coming to this particular incident yesterday, what we've seen, the unelected government in Jammu and Kashmir have not gotten a single vote so far. They are placing restrictions on the elected government of Jammu and Kashmir. People who've been elected after lakhs and lakhs of people came out to cast their vote.
Unelected, who are you referring to?
Oh, I am referring to the LG administration and the police controlled by the LG administration. And when it comes to the elected government, I am referring to the National Conference government. I thought there was no confusion there. Coming to the entire incident, now we see that you have the police locking the doors and locking the gates of the chief minister. We have the police locking in the deputy chief minister. This is unprecedented. In which state does it happen that police goes and locks the chief minister from paying homage? You don't like, okay, let's say that there is a disagreement when it comes to July 13 martyrs. You may not consider them as martyrs. Fair enough. Don't go to their graves. If we want to go to their graves, if we want to just pray there, if we want to take some flowers there, we want to do it peacefully, democratically. Who is anybody? Who is the government to stop us? Can the government impose restrictions and say, oh, you cannot visit that person's grave? I mean, is this what a democratic government does, where it says you are not absolutely allowed to visit somebody's grave? Who is the government? Does the government have the power to do this? Under what laws are they doing it? Under who has given them the right? And on top of that, not only do they house arrest almost every JKNC leader, they house arrest even the chief minister. And today, when the honorable chief minister goes to the grave, he is shoved and he is pushed by police officers asking him not to visit. So this is very telling of the times we live in. This is very telling of the people who've been constantly saying that BJP is out to destroy the democratic structure of our country. And it has a very clear plan. It wants to do it so by destroying the opposition parties of this country. Because when you don't have an opposition party in the country, you obviously will not have a democracy. The democracy will not survive anymore. So this is unprecedented. This is shameful. And BJP has once again proven to the people of Jammu and Kashmir that if people of Jammu and Kashmir don't vote for the BJP, then their vote doesn't matter. That them participating in the elections doesn't matter. Elections, casting the vote, participating in such large numbers,
if I can just break your trail of thoughts over there, you were saying that, see, elections were held fair and square in Jammu and Kashmir. You have Omar Abdullah, in fact, emerging, your party's leader, emerging as the chief minister. So, I mean, the elections were held fair and square out there. So, can you just tell me, like, when you make that reference saying that if democracy is out to be destroyed, there wouldn't have been elections at all in Jammu and Kashmir?
You see, number one, the elections were held after a gap of 6 years. That too, after the Supreme Court had to intervene.